I originally had the idea for this video when I was listening to an interview with an artist who played and recorded the same track over and over again, and eventually the sound of the track began to represent the sound of the room. The idea behind it was that since sound is a sound wave with a wavelength equal to the width of the room would retain most of its energy, while sound of any other wavelength would be dampened and thus be quieter on the new recording. After many iterations, the sound would tend towards a single frequency, the frequency of whatever tone of sound has a wavelength equal to the width of the room. My idea was that using this phenomenon, I could use sound to measure the size of a room by repeatedly playing and recording an audio sweep. I would eventually get a recording that is loudest when the sweep is at the frequency that coincides with the wavelength equal to the size of this room. It didn't quite work out that way. This is the audio sweep. It's just a YouTube video that goes from 20 to 20,000 hertz. Credit to Sonic Electronics. I won't play the end of it because that would be mean. After playing this clip a few times, the track had definitely shifted from the original, but it didn't have the volume peak I was looking for. So I kept playing it another 15 times, which took nearly half an hour of continuous sonic pain. But by track 15, I had noticed something. In order to fully understand this, we'll need to steal a page from Andy Weir, literally. I was reading one of his books in which the protagonist uses a program to see a chart of every frequency being played in an audio track. After essentially copying the character, I had this graph. If I play it, you can see that it gets louder and quieter, but it doesn't really peak at one spot. But at nearly every point in the track, there is this spike at the very left of the graph. This spike is always at 94 and 101 hertz. If we plug these numbers into the equation for wavelength, which is this, then we get 3.67 and 3.35 meters, respectively, nearly the exact dimensions of the room. It may have been slow, and my ears may still be in pain several hours later, but I got measurements that are accurate to within just 2 centimeters. I recommend that you try this out for yourself, probably in a room that you're not actually in if you can manage it. But, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Because my tripod isn't large enough to have a camera pointing straight down, I had to jury rig this thing. It's just a metal yardstick being weighed down by 2 Isaac Asimov books, just in order to have the camera be at this angle because of this shot.